Okay, so I've been wanting to record a few short videos to kind of talk about tips and tricks and tips and things like that. And I have quite a few followers in this channel, and I really appreciate your loyalty, guys. And I'm sorry that I've just been so lackadaisical about creating content. So I'm gonna try to start doing these tiny short videos to try to teach you little things here and there. This one in particular is about sequences and shooting through things. Basically, we're talking about dance floor shots. I shoot quite heavy during the dance portion of the night, and I take a lot of time to even do little things like even table shots of people and stuff like that. That is just I think it's just nice way to document people and a lot of times I think that's just one of the most important things about weddings, and it's just the little things that are not artsy and nobody's going to give you awards for or tap you in the back about, but people still appreciate those, and as time passes those photos become even more valuable. So but this one is about sequences. So because I shoot sequences a lot when it comes to or series. I shouldn't say sequences. Sometimes they turn into sequences, but series of images from different things. When I see something, I pursue it. And this is what this is about. It's about the importance of pursuing something that you see. Visually, you should be able to kind of perceive something within your mind's eye that might be great or might be useful or might be a good moment or a great photo based on whatever it is. Light or people or action or whatever. In this case, it's action. So I'll go through them real quick here. Oops, I passed them already. But so this was like the party section of the night, and I saw these people dancing in a group, and they were singing to a song, and they were really really having a good time. So the whole idea is to always catch create some kind of depth in images. You can never, if it's a portrait, I guess you can always try to get everybody in focus and everybody looking. But if it's a sequence, most of the time you just need some depth. You need some foreground, some background, and that's a technique that I use over and over again. Anytime that I'm shooting, particularly an event or a wedding or something like that. But I just like the way this was being framed here on the left and here on the right, and then the action here, and all it was kind of like in a sequence. So I kept pursuing that idea, and I just needed some kind of a continuance of it. Like even here, like I kept just pushing. I was even hoping that this person's face might have been this way, but it just wasn't happening. So, but I kept going. I know it will happen eventually. So, and here it was starting to happen even closer. But like now, the framing was kind of gone. So I just kept pushing. I kept pushing for the shot. I kept going for it, and then it was getting closer and closer. And finally, like this is probably the closest I got to getting to a great shot. But at least I have my frame. I have everybody kind of in the shot. I have everybody sort of in the moment, in the action. There's good depth. There's good frame, and it happened just to kind of seeing kind of in my head what I wanted and sort of continuing to push through it to try to get it. And there's probably a couple of good shots in here that I will probably deliver to my clients. But for example, as a starting point, if I just shoot this shot right here, it's okay. You could probably include it in the final collection, but it just doesn't seem to work. The hands are not quite right, and this one the same hands again, and it's just not quite as emotional. This one is also a little bit there, but not quite. This one's in between. This one is just not framed, and I'm liking the emotion that's going on. So what happened between here and the last one is like I saw the emotions happening, so I just kind of backed up a little bit because I shoot with a wide lens, but I don't tell a zoom or anything. So I just took a step back and I started including these guys. So that's how kind of what gave me the final shot. Much better than this or this is this. So we just kind of get to that point of framing the last image, just the way I kind of had imagined it. So yeah, so the main thing is to continue to push through the shot, continue to reframe, rework your composition, and don't give up on that moment that you're seeking. I mean, unless there's something else that you got to be at, pursue it. I mean, obviously, if during this moment they're like gonna go cut the cake, I will give this moment up. But this is not something, at this point of the night. It's just, in many different parts of the day, you have time. You just have to kind of pace yourself and know, be aware of your surroundings, and just pursue that shot that's in your head, and just get it as good as you possibly can. In case you're wondering, monochrome, the photo mechanics showing in black and white because I shoot in monochrome in camera. So all my images in JPEG come out in black and white, and obviously I shoot in RAW. So when I bring them into Lightroom, they are not in black and white. They go back to the original RAW color. So anyway, hopefully that helps, and hopefully you guys like that. And I'm gonna try to be loading up at least one of these once a week or so. All right.